Hi, I'm Julie Ramirez. I'm 50 years old from Ventura, California. I have 4 children, 3 grandchildren, and I'm represented by Jennifer Layton of FireStarter Entertainment. I was first diagnosed with multiple sclerosis in 2010. My initial symptoms were foot drop, muscle weakness, and leg numbness. I've been treating my MS for 5 years. I've been using interferon injections, and I'm currently using the Avonex pin.
How severely do your MS symptoms affect your daily life, such as work?
Well, as to work, I had to step down as the local high school dance coach due to my fatigue and muscle weakness.
What about the athletics that you like to participate in?
Well, I no longer can socially play tennis or do dance classes. Again, the muscle fatigue and my balance issues keep me from doing any of those sports that I previously enjoyed.
What about the time you spend with your children and grandchildren?
I can't jump rope or run with them. My legs are numb. I can't feel them to run. I can't roller skate. I have balance issues. I can't do those things with them anymore.
How do you cope with day-to-day challenges that come with living with MS?
Well, I plan a lot. I have to use a calendar and rest in between. I mean, planning, taking my time, taking lots of naps in between things. I mean, really just not hurrying. I've fallen by rushing. Never rush.
Do you use adaptive devices or any life hacks that make your day-to-day routine easier?
I currently have been fitted for ankle braces and knee braces to help me walk. I had quit walking with friends because of the pain and the leg numbness and hyperextension. So I'm hoping to be out and back walking with friends and being more social and just getting back out there.
Is there anything you wish you had been told at the time of your diagnosis that would have made your life easier?
Well, I think that when I was diagnosed, I kind of have a unique situation. My best friend was diagnosed with MS in 1995, and I went through that with her. Yeah, I wasn't diagnosed till 2010, but so I went through her diagnosis when she got optical neuritis, and went through her first injection. And so when I was diagnosed, I had her there to support me. It was really important that I had her because my husband was deployed in the Navy, and she gave me a lot of support, and it wasn't so scary having someone and seeing her. I thought that I knew a lot about MS, but I didn't until I actually was diagnosed. You know, the whole time that she had MS, I would always encourage her, oh, come on, let's go out and do things, and not really understanding, being on the other side, it was completely different. It was really important having her, having somebody to support you. We would go out and go to meetings and really talk about what we were going through. I can't stress enough how important it is to have somebody to talk to. I lost her this year in January, and it doesn't feel good to be alone with this disease. But you know, I read a lot online. There's a lot of good groups on Facebook, and there's a lot of support for MS out there, MS Lifelines and other different, you know, MS groups. And I just really think that somebody newly diagnosed, you know, you need to have a friend that you can communicate with and just really share what you're going through. Or even if you're kind of like me, who's sometimes a little shy about sharing what you're going through, reading about what other people are going through, even if you're just reading it, it makes you feel not alone.
How has living with MS affected you physically?
Routine activities have become physically challenging. Going through large and small, from going through the airport, grocery shopping, writing, getting dressed in the morning. Just simple things have become hard.
What about affecting you emotionally?
Well, the way people treat me or look at me affects me emotionally. You know, sometimes when my gait gets a little off, I have strangers ask me what's wrong with my leg, and I have to choose whether to lie to them and just say I hurt my leg, or to explain that I have MS, or to friends that just say, oh, you look fine, and I don't understand what's wrong with you. I mean, which kind of hurts. It's hard. You know, sometimes I get looked at funny when I park in a handicapped parking spot, when I ask for my grocery bags to be made lighter because I can't handle a heavy grocery bag. Even police officers will quite often ask me to prove that I can park in a handicapped parking spot. I feel like sometimes I get discriminated that way. It's just hard all the way around.
What about any long-term concerns?
The deterioration of my body is very scary. When I go to physical therapy and they measure my muscle weakness, and I see it actually written down, and I don't think I'm any worse, and then I see it on paper, it's frightening. I don't know what the future's gonna bring.